god. Hello.
Are we
Hey,
supposed to be
welcome
making
to a
shopping
special
lists?
Sunday night edition of the Friday campaign with DM
Yes.
Kalsto.
Kalsto just stepped away. So we're talking about things we'd want for the expedition coming up if like we want to dip into the Lent funds to buy anything.
I've got to
And
AFK also, so I'll be right back.
all right. I think Kerf, you might want to look into getting +1 armor or at least.
That might be expensive.
It's going to be, but
Well,
yes,
Splint
Goblin?
is +1 from what I have, and that's only 200. Enchanted armor? No, that's going to be really expensive.
I definitely want to get a strength enchantment on my rapier because I imagine that thing's gonna snap in a troublesome situation. That's the only big thing, other than seeing weaseling my way into spell scrolls.
I'm only proficient in light armor, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah, so leather and scale.
Is your
No, scale's
portrait there for you,
medium.
Slumber?
Hmm?
Is your portrait there for you?
Yeah, no one else's portrait's here for me.
Okay, because for me, you're just like a white square.
Oh, well, Om's the only person I can see.
Can anyone else see Mist?
I'm just going to reconnect.
Studded leather upgrade, is that a thing?
Leather upgrade? What?
Studded.
Oh. It's a
Studded
very RuneScape thing.
Studded
Maybe.
is 45. 12 plus dex.
Yeah, leather is just 11 plus dex.
So that's one more.
Yeah, light armors are kind of hit or miss.
Well, light armor is good if you have like 14 dex. Hmm. Dang it, don't I left it open. Ooh, yay. Provisions, huh? Now that that's under, I can request livestock.
Yeah, studded is your best bet.
I just feel not dipping into a few gear upgrades is going to be a bad idea.
All right, coffee spinach.
Yeah, magic usually adds
We
what,
we are live.
Sweet. Howdy, everybody. In case you're wondering, I have coffee and peanut butter cups. So I am.
Nice.
Oh, whoa.
Good to go.
Whoa.
My
You're actually eating a dinner for once?
I almost ate dinner. I ate 3 slices of my tiny pizza when we went out to dinner, but I was not hungry. Yeah, I have actual food.
Are we
Well, that's not
considering
food.
coffee and peanut butter cups dinner now?
For now, I'll just pretend it's something else as I eat it.
Grilled dinner. I support it.
Pretty much. So, happy Sunday, everybody. We're going to pick up with the Friday campaign kind of where we left off last. So, really licking our wounds. Thankfully, most of us are in decent shape. After you escaped from the rubble of this house, after recovering your elven bodyguards of Tristan, you kind of made your way back to the ship. Kerf and Tristan had a little bit of a moment sharing some of the information from the letter. Which did you want to read the letter to stream for recording for any purposes, or we could bring it up at a later point in time, or nah?
Nope.
Fair enough. So you reading the letter, giving it to Tristan, him being a little bit quiet, as we're about probably we'll just call it noon to be safe, without long resting at all. The day's pretty much yours. Your departure kind of depends on you. You need to go back and look over the paperwork you would ask for the changes on previously. So, with that, what do you guys do? Other than be super tired, unless you're Zoe.
I think Dennis already went to try to go to sleep, at least take a nap at the moment.
Goblin ran off to find. I think I need to ask Sid.
Sure.
Find Sid.
Yeah, Sid's on deck.
Sid, I have an interesting question.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
There's a small child that appears to be homeless.
This isn't going to be like a reoccurring theme with you guys, is it?
Listen, all right, I don't go looking for them, okay?
They just
That's
find
what
you.
you.
No,
They
oddly
just
enough,
find
I've heard stories that it's more common than you might think.
What do I do with it if we can't bring it on the ship?
Typically, they don't do well on ships. They're not well potty trained necessarily. You have to feed them. Does it have a family?
We found it in that decrepit mansion. I think not. She's not had a good time. That's what I would say.
So what I would say, if she has family, it would probably be best to return her to them. If she doesn't have family, you could take her to like a church. They can kind of look her over, make sure she's okay, and give her a place to stay. Potentially to an orphanage, or if she has interest in, becoming a sister somewhere, you never know. Yes, Dennis, that's a normal spell.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm gonna run into town and grab some things, and hopefully find a place for this small child.
Sure. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. It's a pretty mostly well withstanding place. It's not a bunch of shady individuals. So as you go on about, that's not too difficult. So you buy the arrows, or are you getting anything other than the arrows? They'll likely have additional arrows on the ship as well. Just because they're kind of already there anyways.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What sound is that? Are you dying?
No. Who told you?
Fire.
Your face?
What can I do for you, Goblin?
Well, if you're feeling up to it, I was gonna run back into town, maybe get some things, do some stuff, find a place for this child to live, just some normal everyday stuff, before we leave, possibly forever, never to return.
Okay. Sure, I'll tag along.
Can I go?
I guess. Where's the others?
I think I know Zoe went to go get herbs.
that Tristan asking?
Yeah, Zoe wants, or he wants to go because he said he wants to get a book.
Would a cow fit on the airship?
A cow?
Yes.
A living cow or a dead cow?
Living. It's a source of calcium for the long trip.
Calcium.
I mean, we're not designed to necessarily hold livestock as much. This is an exploration vessel.
World's first flying cow.
Is the cow a member of your party?
No, just dietary restrictions.
It's honestly the best dietary restriction I think I've ever heard of. Maybe I'll give it a try sometime.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, could we fit a cow on there? Yes. You'd have to like put it in the cargo bay. It's really not designed for that, and that could get really messy real quick. I mean, if you want to clean up after it and
Oh, heavens no.
manage it,
Probably only
I
gonna
mean,
make
I
it
can take
halfway.
care of one. That's I've done that plenty,
there you go.
Did you get like a goat or something?
and it
Be
is a good
easier.
source of calcium.
Somewhere in the
I-
future, a tiefling is living in fear of the world's only cow-driven airship.
I mean, actually, yeah, you're right. Goat would be smaller. Take up less room.
And they'll eat
Also
anything.
has- Mhm.
Hey, that's up to you guys.
Gives milk. And we can give Dennis a break.
Poor Dennis.
Kid's gonna become anemic soon.
All right. So Zoe's doing her shopping. You three are going to do your stuff. Dennis, you're resting. Were you gonna stay on board with the ship and rest as well? Were you gonna go out anywhere?
Are we actually going to get some livestock?
They haven't even signed their contract and seen the ship yet.
I say if you're actually going to get livestock, then I will like start prepping an area.
We're not on the ship.
Right.
We're on the little boat that we're on right now. The ship we're getting, we haven't even seen
Okay,
yet.
so we still got how long till we get there?
That's up to you guys. You went to go
So-
do something else. They redid the paperwork.
Sometime today-ish.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're wanting livestock, then I'll go look. Tell me what you want, and he'll go pick out like some good quality animals and get supplies for them.
I think we need to get confirmation that we can, but yes.
Well, once we get that, I'll take care of the livestock.
All right, who's gonna go deal with that then? Or do you wait till everyone comes back?
Probably have to wait till everyone comes back.
Okay. So Zoe, you pretty much got yours. With what you would look at, Zoe, you would probably, so if you're spending 50 gold,
Yeah.
you're able to generate for you. With the supplies you'd be able to get with 50 gold, you would almost be able to make 4 lower tier potions. So like a lower tier health potion or maybe like a cure poison type potion.
Okay.
So you'd almost have enough for 4. Typically it would probably run around 10 that you need per potion. Unfortunately, current market value is running about 13 per potion for supplies.
I'll mark 3 out of 3 uses for it then.
Yeah.
Once she gets her incense, she's going to find a nice spot by the by the ocean, probably with some flat rocks that she can begin her summoning of silver.
Sure. So you go ahead, get your shopping done, start reconjuring silver while they're out and about. Easy enough to kind of find. Is there any specific type of orphanage we want to drop off said person at, or are we going to actually ask them if they have family?
We should probably ask if she has family. She could have just been kidnapped. Maybe they're looking for her.
It's like, I mean, I suppose it could be. Just never know. Sorry. Hey, do you understand what I'm saying?
We like to think so.
So does anyone speak Elvish in that group that took the kid?
Tristan speaks Elvish, I believe. Better speak Elvish, or I'm a very horrible son. Common, Draconic, Elvish. So he'll kind of converse with her. Goblin, since you're the child whisperer, go ahead and roll a D100.
That's great.
As he goes to question her, you see her shake her head no. He looks really sad. And his like face is getting a little red for some reason. Like, no, she says her parents are dead. Orphanage, I guess, then. I'll like get up and kind of like he'll sniff in really high, like he's almost trying to pretend like he's got like a sniffly nose or something. He'll like kind of wipe his face real quick.
Well, let's review our options. I was told there was like a church or an orphanage in, I believe.
Let's go
You know
find
what? A church would be nice.
So we go find a nice little church. You actually see kids playing outside once you get there. Probably a good sign. Kind of go in. Old man at the front. Hello.
Hello, sir.
He kind of like starts panicking. He isn't tipping. Not everyone sees a lot of goblins.
Goblin holds out his hand for a handshake.
Oh, sorry. It startled me. And he'll go over and kind of lean down and shake your hand. He's already kind of hunched, so he doesn't have to lean too far. Good day.
Good day. So, I assume based on I'll just like motion over to the children playing. Do you take in children here?
Yes, the church takes in those that cannot take care of themselves and have no one to care for them. Kind of look. He looks over at Tristan. He's a bit old. But I mean, if there are special circumstances.
Not that one. This one. I point at her.
Oh, yes. Oh, but of course.
He doesn't seem to speak common.
Do you know what language she does speak?
I'm going to assume it's Elvish.
Tristan confirms for you. I'm not very good. I know a couple of words here or there, but there are brothers here that do know Elvish. Shouldn't be much of an issue. We'll see if we can teach her common, though. It's a good skill set for everybody to know. We always try to encourage people learning more than one language.
mean, it would be cool to know Elvish myself, but I don't know if I have the time right now.
He kind of looks at you. How old are you, son?
6.
I mean, but a child yourself. Would you like to stay here as well?
Ah,
Wait, we're actually 6.
yes.
You guys have
But-
so much in common.
I can't stay. I have work to do with these.
Oh, what? Just always know there's a safe roof here if you ever kind of like checks out the rest of your party. If you ever just need somewhere safe to be, you're always welcome. Oh, nice hat. Oh wait, so he's not there. Never mind.
Do you need anything from us to take her on?
Not unless there's anything specifically that you know about the child, names, parents, anything like that.
Kristen, did you learn anything?
Parents are dead. Didn't ask her name. He kind of will go down. Stephanie.
Well,
Kind of a weird Elvish name. I think that's all we really need, just something to call her by.
Goblin, if you would wish, I'm going to kind of lean down. You can make a modest donation to her cause if you would like with some of that coin you found.
yes, that seems like a good idea. He'll reach into his bag and he'll pull out the shiniest piece, 1 platinum, and he'll hold it out.
To her or to the guy?
To the guy.
Oh, that's very generous of you.
I guess that's it.
Kid will kind of like walk over, look up at you. She doesn't have to look too far. You're pretty close in size.
I give her a big hug.
She gives you one as well.
And
And then
I give her 1 ball bearing.
she grabs it and kind of like holds onto it and smiles, and then she runs off and like starts playing with the other kids. Do we make any mention of where we found her or potential possible issues they just might want to keep an eye out for?
Nope.
I love it.
So, what was the religion of the orphanage?
This one?
Yep. I mean, I'm not there, so I can't ask.
Some
I'm sure
sort
there's
of
iconography.
looks like some sort of harvest god.
As long as it's not the Church of the Light.
I have a question
not-
for
it's
the
not the
for the
Church of
nice
the Light.
man before we
Yeah.
leave. Do you happen to have any means of dealing with curses here?
Ooh, roll a d100 curve. Not what I would say any real experience. Hypothetical, perhaps at best. The head of our order used to oversee such things, but unfortunately he passed not too long ago.
Oh, my apologies then.
Why, what ails you, my child?
A lot of things these days. I have other means to deal with it. If it's out of your purview, then it's all right.
We could attempt it. No one's ever done it before, but we have materials that could walk us through it. I mean, you should keep most of your arms. Kidding, just kidding. But yes, you should.
Perhaps I'll look around just a bit longer. If I can't find anything, I'll return.
Kind of nod.
Thank you for your service.
As you guys start.
The kid, she may be slightly touched by Shadowfell.
Come again? As you guys start making
Thank
your
you
way
so
to
much.
the road.
Goodbye. Farewell.
Wait, what?
Uh,
All right. So you find her, you put her there. We got arrows. What did you need, Curve?
Oh, that was my thing. I was just asking about the curse.
Do you want to go anywhere else specifically to look for curse assistance?
Be less Sid. He's got connections.
Or
I want to talk to Sid. After we get our shopping done, I'll try to find him.
while we're walking, Justin just kind of looks at you with like this kind of smug look on his face.
Oh,
Nothing.
Well,
I just think it's funny.
that's funny.
You're just not willing to call him either.
You know, I like to think we are capable of dealing with things ourselves, or within reach without contacting him immediately.
Mhm.
If it gets
Oh.
bad, sure, I'll call him. Not quite yet.
You say walking around with 3 HP and cannot heal.
I have 6 HP, thank you.
Kristen, who are we not calling?
Oh, nobody. Just one of Curve's favorite people. My little brother, so to speak. Curve's little brother, in a sense.
Kirk, why
Well,
wouldn't you want to talk to your
Curve's
little
older
brother?
brother.
Why wouldn't you want to talk
My
to your
little
older
brother.
brother?
Semantics. You know, we probably should check in. He's been dealing with the kobold by himself.
Yeah, that's gotta be. Huh.
We'll check in later, anyways.
I just need to make a stop. He'll just kind of like look around for like any type of book, record, map type store. Just be right back. I just have to ask a question. He'll run inside. Kerf, you're my
Yes?
bestest little dragon friend. Roll me a D100.
Sure. Better than my 91.
He goes in, and he's in there for like 10 minutes. And then he walks out with a bag. And I need to mark off. How much would that cost me? I'm going to say it cost me about 3 gold. Yeah.
Me and Goblin have hot dogs when he comes back.
He looks at you.
I'm
Where'd you
holding
get
2 hot
that?
dogs. I hand him one.
What is this?
Hot dog.
You put it in your mouth and you eat it.
Goblin puts the whole thing in his mouth.
And Tristan does the same. Three friends choking on the side of the road.
No.
They all just woof it down in one go, and then you just see all three of them.
they never return.
They never return. Nope. Okay, so they finish up. You guys all head back to the ship. Probably it's probably like 4 or 5. Like, are you gonna go tonight, or are you gonna go in the morning? Because you also haven't slept, and Dennis is still sleeping too.
Yeah.
I would like to see if there's one more place I can't go to.
Sure. Where did you want to go? Did you guys want to ask Sid first before you go back out?
I'm trying to find studded leather armor.
I will let you
That
deal
should
with
be easy
that.
enough to find.
I'm going to head back to the ship.
But who's going to find more hot dogs?
Just
Actually,
proficient in hot dog finding.
Goblin. At mention of it, Sid will actually just give it to you.
Yo, she's got it in goblin size.
Duh! Goblins are everywhere.
It has a stab wound through the left side of it that has been sewn up, but
Wow!
There's a
Unrelated to
studded leather.
the condition of the original occupant.
Thanks,
That's about
Sid!
your size, buddy. Oh, don't mention it.
I'm going to go put my name on it.
And then, Kerf, you're asking about places to get cured.
Yeah.
Ooh. What happened?
I was afflicted with something. I think I'm dying.
I can't do anything about that. You can ask Oro. He might be able to do it.
Who?
The little assistant to the king.
Oh.
The
It's
one
not too
you
much-
originally met when Sid dropped you off.
Oh, if it's not too much trouble, I suppose.
Sure, and he's gonna roll a medicine check. Which I don't think I have. No.
I don't think it's particularly hard to tell that I'm not doing great.
Oh, you can tell you're not doing, but he's trying to assess like if it's a should I call him now thing or do we take you tomorrow type thing. Hmm. Yeah, you know what? Why don't you wait here? He kind of looks you guys over. None of you guys can cast sending, right?
Cast what?
I thought. Keep an eye on her. I'll be back in like an hour or so.
Do I have to keep an eye on her?
One of you needs to keep an eye on.
Before you go, you seem interested in my heritage, yes?
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in your people. Some of my best friends were Dragonborn.
I have more questions than answers currently, so maybe later we can talk further.
Sure. Let's see if we can't get you alive first, though.
That would be nice. Thank you.
All right, so he runs off to go fetch Oro. All right, so you guys are all at the ship. Is there anything you need to do, or do you guys start resting? Kristen will keep an eye on Kerf as well. More or less, they just told us to make sure you don't fall asleep.
Oh, what's wrong with that? I'm so tired.
Because you might not wake up.
Oh. Alright. Who wants to play
Back on the
checkers?
ship. So
I
we
will.
will
Is
So
checkers
it'll be,
a three-player game?
keep an eye on the guards and
It can
helping
be.
to check in and keep an eye on Kerfer.
Tonight, Goblin, it is.
We play three-way checkers, however that works.
Zoe takes over when Tristan inevitably passes out from exhaustion.
What we end up doing is, opposed to playing on side to side, we go the square approach and we do like this makeshift pattern. We flip the pieces upside down because they slightly look different. So we have like white, off white, black, off black.
Mhm.
And then everyone's got like one line on each side and we all have to try to get across to each other. And it makes no sense. And we eventually give up and someone probably eats a checker piece.
Tristan?
It's not metal. What makes you think it's me? It was probably, but All right, so we go ahead and make sure we keep Kerf awake. Um, Probably takes him about an hour, hour and a half to actually get Oro and come back. So they come back onto the ship. Oh, hello. I heard you weren't feeling well.
Hello. Yes.
Been
Quite
some
poorly.
time since I've seen one of your kind, but I think we could probably take a look at you. So, what are we dealing with here?
Well, we encountered a nefarious fog cloud. It touched me, which hurt quite a lot, and I was warned by a resident of the house. I dig out that like skull and crossbones that she drew for me.
Yeah.
This was my diagnosis. Apparently she's seen it before. Not a disease, not a poison. I tried.
So it attacked you and then it disappeared.
Yes.
Living
The
curse.
only sort of magics have not worked on her thus far.
That does make it a little bit more complex. Yeah, typical curse, more or less, unless it's extremely powerful, is easy enough to dispel. However, a living curse will attempt to defend itself. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it could do many things. It could potentially try to kill the host. It could lash out and attack us. It's really hard to say without knowing really more about the curse itself. Oh, there are other ways to get rid of curses. Hmm. Wonder.
If you do not have any
Oh, I have an
easier
idea. But I probably would only be able to take you. Sid could probably come. But it's not anyone who would come out this way. But it could work. Unless you have better options.
I have a other option.
Well,
Don't
can
wanna
I
make
at
too
least go?
much-
Sorry.
I don't want to make too much trouble for you. I can call my brother if I must. I know what to do.
He looks confused for a second. You have a brother? There's more of
Several.
you? Tristan's is kind of like giggling.
I pull up my phone and I smile and I show him pictures of kobolds. And I
They just
scroll
kind
and
of
there's
look at each
spreadsheet in the
other.
background.
Sid just kind of, ooh. Oh. I see. I mean, you could ask your brother if you want, but if not, I think this individual could probably help you. And it wouldn't cost you anything, I don't think. They wouldn't heal you, but they could extract this living curse.
That would be nice. It would save me from owing Strix a favor.
Sure. Are you versed to graveyards?
Not particularly.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, you should go immediately then.
I'll just kind of like slowly get to my feet.
So
Sid
I
will
will
help you.
help you up.
I got her. She'll be okay. They just start leading Kerf off the boat.
Well, I'll be right here when you get back.
Tristan's just like staring and very irritated he can't go.
I'll catch his eye. Get some sleep. I'll be back soon.
All right, so he kind of remains waiting. They drag you off.
Damn it.
Goblin. Goblin, stay.
You don't see anything.
We can see you. I can't. All right, Kerf. Sid and Oro walk you to a graveyard at the top of one of the hills. And just kind of start walking you up through it. It looks a little bit more dubious than it actually is, trust me.
As long as we're not here to bury me, I'm content.
No. We're here to see a curse eater.
Ooh, and see.
They're a little bit shy, so to speak. Not really looked well upon by the rest of society, so to say.
That's all right. I'm not so great with people either.
All right, so they'll kind of walk you through, and then you come to like this small crypt entrance. He'll go ahead and look at you. Be afraid. He'll just like motion you down.
I try not to hesitate. I'll keep walking.
Sure. As you walk down, you walk past several like headstones that are like on the side of the walls of the crypt as you go through, like smaller graves. And it continues leading further in. As you keep going, it keeps taking steps further down, further down. And then you just kind of get to this small circular room, maybe like 20-foot radius. And after about 30 seconds, you just feel like a slight breeze. And you just hear a voice. And you would be?
My name is Sir Kerfapent. I hear you eat curses.
You look around. You don't see anybody, but you hear the voice. Indeed, I do. They're tasty enough. What offer do you bring me this fine night?
Are the others still with me, or did they send me alone?
No, you went down by yourself.
Okay. Wasn't aware I needed to bring tribute. Do you deal in items, favors, souls, dreams?
No tributes. Simply food. Yummy curses.
Oh, yes. All right. Would you like us to take a look?
As you watch, this weird tentacle-like thing comes out of the darkness, and it has a mouth at the end of it, and it just comes up over to you, and it smiles with like this toothy grin, and it licks your shoulder.
Ugh.
And it kind of sits there and tastes it for a second, and then the tentacle retracts back into the darkness. I see. A light snack.
Oh gosh, it doesn't feel that light, but sure.
I can have it?
You're just taking the curse, right?
Yes, it will be mine for now.
I'm sure this will have no unforeseen consequences. Sure, you can have it.
That you watch as this tentacle shoots out of the darkness and it like shoots into your stomach. It doesn't like stab through you, but like it's in your stomach. It feels really weird.
Ugh.
And you just start feeling really, really, really hot for a second. And then you just get really cold and you shiver a little bit. And then you just feel really tired. But it feels like the curse has kind of left you. And you just kind of like hear this chomping sound in the background. Mm, delicious. Wait a moment. More, I see. What do we have here? And then all of a sudden, you just watch this bright flash of light and you hear a scream. And the tentacle like retracts off into this corner, and then the room just is empty.
Huh?
And you just kind of look down as all of your wounds kind of heal up on their own.
Curse-eater? I'm going to make my leave. Thanks. I leave.
As you come out, Oro looks at you like, what was that sound?
I don't know.
Well, look better.
I feel better.
Kind of looks at Sid, Sid just shrugs.
I think he exploded.
That's rough.
Sid just kind of looks at Oro looks at Sid. I'm sure it will be fine. Why don't you let Sid take you home? I will check on the Soul Eater and
That would be wonderful.
I'll just make sure everything's fine.
Did you say Soul Eater?
Sorry, I meant Curse Eater. Curse Eater. Slip of the tongue.
tongue.
We keep
Slip of
that
the
one
tongue.
in a different tunnel over there.
Did I go down the right tunnel?
Oh, I meant
Is there
the
a turn?
Westboro, not the Eastboro. I am so sorry. I get the mixed.
Of course, you went down
Dyslexic.
the right tunnel. The Soul Eater is on the left.
All right.
Oh.
So he will
Please
run
take me
down
home.
into the tunnel. I will see you all tomorrow. Correct.
Yes, in the morning. Thank you.
Good. Feel better. He immediately like rushes down. Sid kind of like looks to you as you guys are walking. Like, what do you mean it exploded?
It seemed like it was savoring a nice little treat, and then there was light, and it exploded.
We'll unpack that later. Maybe we should walk. He just starts- All right. So with that, by the time they get back, it's late. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And you just see Tristan's like just still sitting on the deck of the ship, waiting for Kerf to come back, just reading a book.
So we just sat there beside him.
Oh, he doesn't sit near anyone. If you go sit next to him, he goes and sits somewhere else.
Oh,
Wow.
He's working on a
Rude.
project.
just like completely shut down, doesn't respond or anything.
Like, sorry, I gotta focus. Working on something very important.
Can I help?
Nope. Top secret.
But
Like, look, and then he'll go back to his book.
Silver's definitely going to sneak a peek.
You could certainly try. I know your tricks.
Cohorts. I don't have silver saves for some reason. Beta 14. goblin levels of stealth.
Roll a D100 for me, just because I'm kind of curious. So one interesting thing to keep in mind, you know what's really interesting about ink?
Mm-hmm.
You know what things are in ink?
Ink?
Yeah, but like on a more specific, refined level than ink.
We
Nope,
were talking
apparently
about
not.
it yesterday about computers.
No, it's used in computers for its thermal conductivity, depending on the kind of ink.
And what ink is silver?
That is a great question.
One of the more fun components is there's a lot of different types of potential metals of many types and many different types of inks, regardless of kind of what they are. So, go ahead, roll a stealth check with disadvantage. Or you roll one, just roll one more. I didn't see your first one.
So 14 goblin levels of stealth.
Okay, hold on. I'm not a very perceptive person.
He's a
18. He kind of sits there and he will kind of like close the book without looking. He'll be like, and he goes and he'll start trying to tickle Silver.
Oh,
And he's like, who's a
everyone
good
would
little
just-
link?
silent laughters.
He's like, I knew you'd be back. Wait.
Silver will give him a hug.
Like, go on, I have work to do. Just
Kind of crosses the pseudopods and slithers off, defeated.
all right. So you finally watch as the two of them kind of come back. Tristan kind of gets up, puts the book away. Run over. You're not dead.
I'm not dead.
Excellent. Welcome back.
Thank you. I told you to get some sleep. What are you still doing up?
Defying orders.
Typical.
I try to go for
Can't
consistency.
believe he would do that to you.
He's up too.
What?
Just kind of like smile, bump his shoulder. All right, I'm getting some sleep. I'm exhausted.
What did you guys do?
Curse Eater ate my curse and then exploded, I think.
You know what? Given the day, given the week, I'm just going to accept this and I'm going to bed too.
Mhm.
Just walks off. All right. Is anyone else doing anything that evening or can I hit this button?
Oh, absolutely not.
All right.
I do want to call Strix real quick.
Sure.
Goblin forgot to buy smoke
Checking in.
grenades.
What do you want to say to Strix?
Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. Hello.
Bling, bling. Huh? Yeah.
Sorry
I'm
for
up.
waking you. Is everything all right? How's the colony?
Oh no, I'm asleep.
Oh, all right. I can call you in the morning.
No, it's fine. Mom's home.
Oh, that's good.
I died a little bit inside, but
Oh,
she's home now. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I mean,
Okay.
it's good. You're okay, yeah?
oh, yeah, I am now.
That's good.
Okay, talk later. Good night.
And he's like,
He's all tuckered out.
He was playing with 50 kids all day
"Fif-
with powers.
50
40
kids with
kids.
magical powers.
40 kids with magical powers.
I think you are misunderstanding. These are not simply children. These are kobolds.
Did Peanut get a power?
You don't know. Go back home
Peanut.
and you'll find out.
Peanut acquired the power of not allergies.
No.
That would be the best passive ever. A peanut that gives allergy to peanuts.
That's messed up.
I'm not writing it down. Don't worry. Ignore whatever sounds you hear.
When a Kerfer comes down below deck, Kerfer, you're back. And you're looking much better. It worked?
Yeah, think so.
She claps happily. Tristan, I'm sure you've seen. He's worried about you.
Oh, he's worried about a lot of things. Hopefully not me anymore.
What do you mean? Like with all the artifacts?
More or less.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and some of them seem like they're in scary places.
Well, at least we're making friends first.
Mm-hmm. These
Oh,
two
also,
like,
elves are still asleep.
yes, just would say these two look like they're making a recovery. They haven't woken up yet, but they look like they're doing better.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe. I'm sure they just need some more time to rest.
That brings up a good point, Kerf. Roll an intelligence check for me really quick here, Kerf, or a wisdom check. I'll accept either.
I'll go for a wisdom here.
As you kind of sit here and you look at them, why it's very relaxing in some senses to have them here and present and know that they're safe because you care about them. But there's this part of you in the back of your mind that knows there's a better than slight possibility these guys could take Tristan away from you and just shuttle him off into the middle of nothingness, kind of like how he'd been hidden with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know they have good intentions and they want to protect him, but that plan could involve, or more or less not involve you.
Let's hope they get plenty of rest.
She nods. Speaking of, you look like you could use some.
Oh, yes.
Well, go get some sleep. You've had a harrowing day.
Thank you for caring, Zoe.
Smiles and tail wags.
I flick one of your ears. Go to bed.
Yeah.
Kerf. Roll a D100 for me as you go to sleep.
I love D100s. 16.
So as you kind of go off, you kind of see your spot on the floor next to Tristan, and Tristan's kind of sitting there, and he fell asleep, and he's got like this book in his hand that he's just like fell asleep reading. He's kind of just got it clutched to his chest.
Yeah, there's no way I'm not taking a look.
You kind of open it up. It's like a book of different historical text from a past war on an eastern continent. Given just what you can see from it, and you may have heard briefly about it just randomly studying history type things, probably about like 350-ish years ago, when the kingdoms of Arcadia were like really strong allies and actually all got along, they had attempted an invasion against the eastern continent that lasted for like 20-30 years. And so essentially these are different bits of information and stories from that period of time. It's no longer any part of the kingdom of Arcadia. It was eventually, they pushed out and lost, but it technically is kind of like human lands, just not Arcadian.
Interesting read.
He is on a specific page too, because you did roll a 16. It mentions a siege at a Black Spire keep.
If I flip to a like index,
There's no
is it
index.
just okay? Okay. I'll have to ask in the morning about it.
You do remember, though, Black Spire Peak is in that letter that you
Mm.
gave to Tristan. That is the location that the letter came from.
Okay. Now I connect the dots.
Uh-huh.
That's connected.
That's connected.
You might have given the letter to me, but I know you still have the PDF.
Oh yeah. We're just going
Yeah.
to set his book to the side, make sure he's tucked in, then I go to bed.
All right. Long rest. No bad things happen.
Yay!
Nobody dies in their sleep, thankfully, Kirk.
Boo.
That would have been a sad, sad day. All right. You guys wake up. Next morning. You get your paperwork done. You make some breakfast first.
Yeah.
Who's
Hey.
going to sign the paperwork?
Goblin.
We all can go.
I mean, we
You
all
all can go.
Let's all go.
Yeah,
This
why
is
don't
a
we all go?
momentous
Up to you.
occasion.
It'd be kind of suspicious if we didn't all go and there was a mystery member we were stashing away that we didn't want to meet the king. That'd be a little sussy.
Some
What
guy
do we
who's not
care?
even a part of the team goes.
I don't know, dude. I am thinking about being scrutinized here.
All right. So you all gather up.
Yep. So, who's the leader of the group? If they, because we need one.
Do we have to pick someone?
Not it.
Hasn't Goblin been saying he's it for the past 4 days?
Goblin will handle this.
See?
You've got this, Goblin.
I kind of
Alright,
raise an
alright.
eyebrow at Dustin.
Who?
I did it. I did it.
Straight to jail.
At Dennis, I raised my eyebrow curiously.
And click the
You can
iPad.
roll an insight on him.
Yeah, I'll roll
Do we
insight.
really need to?
Depends on
Wait,
how much
plus
you
nothing?
want.
It's a 3.
You don't want to
Hmm.
be.
Damn, I actually thought it was going to be a 1 for a second.
Oof.
My dice isn't registering, whatever.
Just can read him like a book.
Alright, I support our Goblin Overlord.
I mean, I get the feeling you just.
Oh, and good news, everyone. Silver has made a full recovery.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Silver wasn't okay.
I missed that dog.
They had a explosive candle related incident.
Poor fella.
All right.
What?
Off to this date we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm
You
worried,
guys
about,
get to. Go ahead.
I'm worried about Kyle's sister. Do you think she's gonna be okay?
Just gonna have to hope so.
Do they have places for children there?
We don't know. We've never been there.
Not for that purpose, at least. Last time we
I'm
were
not
there,
sure where that
we went through the
was.
church they had.
If not, maybe we could request someone to bring her to the capital here. She might be able to be with people.
So that's usually not how things work.
So you're very sweet, but we can't take every orphan we meet under our wing.
I know. Is there nothing we can do?
You can ask, I suppose. Don't know if they'll
I'm
say
gonna
yes.
Kalsto, I'm gonna prophecy about that little girl. How's she doing?
Sure. I'll just roll D100. From the vision you kind of gather, you go to look. Your question would be more appropriately phrased. How well is the blacksmith doing, as opposed to how well the child? The child's having a fun time. The blacksmith,
Oh
on the
no.
other hand, is probably going a little bit crazy. You just see like her like messing with tool racks and knocking everything over, but she looks
Um,
fine.
so she's gonna be fine.
Hmm?
The blacksmith took her in. Hell of a happy kid, that one.
She smiles. Well, all right then. I'm glad she's found someone to take care of her.
She's gonna have a full head of gray hair in 3 years.
All right. So we get to the estate grounds. We see the guards. You guys let them know you're here, and Oro comes to the gate to collect all of you. Like, he's kind of looking at you very strangely, Kerf. Good morning, everyone. Are you feeling better, Kerfer?
Oh, yes, quite well.
Just kind of like looking you over with curiosity.
Was
Excellent.
everything all right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Good. That's good.
Come on. They're all ready for you.
And before we continue, are we sure we don't want to keep? Oof, I almost said the wrong name.
Oh,
Dennis as our leader.
I didn't catch what you said there.
Do we want to keep? Don't we want to keep Dennis as the leader?
Dennis, do you want to be leader?
he just kind of gives a shrug.
Goldman, do you want to be leader?
Goblins got this.
Goblin does have slightly more confidence.
Just out of I'm gonna give an insight for this. Just out of curiosity, does it look like Dennis? Well, that might be a hard one to get.
You
He's
can't
cool with it.
You can't tell.
Goblin, if you suck, we're gonna overthrow you.
Goblin. Goblet approves. In fact, I'm going to hand you one of my daggers. You could use one of these.
To
Overthrow me.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm actually gonna stab him, right?
I'm putting this in my inventory.
Emergency powers.
I will go down one dagger.
All right.
Does anybody else
So-
want one? You know, in case they want to overthrow me.
I'll just throw you.
So it just
No,
shows
I'm
a
fine.
collection of daggers.
All right. So as you get there, you see at a nice long table out inside. It's a fairly nice day. You see the king, who you'd met previously, some of you. And then sitting across the table from him, you see a man with longer, light-colored hair, dressed in fine clothes. You see a document laid out on the table and a couple of chairs. Good morning. Oh, you all came. How excellent. Please, have a seat. Well, and he'll kind of motion for a couple more chairs to be brought over.
So we'll have a seat.
Bow and then take a seat.
Excellent. Because we had looked over the revisions discussed, and they'll go ahead and they'll kind of move the document over to your guys' side where you can all kind of take a look at it. go ahead and take a look at that, and if everything's in order, we can go ahead and sign off on this and get to work. Oh, by the way, I'd like to take the interest. This is your financier, um, Mr. Bill Draven. Kind of nods at you guys.
I am the magnificent wizard.
Well, I need to find my way through that.
Oops.
I am the
Someone guessed
magnificent
silence.
wizard Zoe. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Kind of like looks at the hat, looks at you. Indeed. It's the rest of you. Charmed.
I incline my head with respect.
So they'll go ahead and throw it out in front of you. Leave all
Goblin
of
will pick it
the
up.
agreed upon verbiages to your liking.
So he's like peeking over his shoulder, reading it as well.
Everything appears to be in order.
Certainly. By the way, what did you guys actually have a name of your party, or are we just calling you the party?
You know, we've been workshopping a few. Do we? What were the options again? Silver Foxes from Zoe. I liked the Ascendants. I think that's really cool.
Relic hunters.
Relic Hunters? Seekers? It could just be hunters.
Hmm.
Kind of like looks across the table for all of you guys.
We should have decided this earlier. We should have decided over the week. and we
We'll just
didn't.
leave it as the party for now. If you decide on something, just
Maybe
let us know.
next mission we'll have something more solid for you.
All right. We'll go ahead and turn it. And who will be signing and who will be witnessing on your behalf?
Does the leader sign?
Yes, your party leader would sign, and then one of you needs to witness on behalf of the party as well.
Goblin, you know how to write, yeah?
Well, yeah.
I can be witness.
Mm, can I pick Dennis?
Yeah, you can, I guess. Me?
Yeah, Dennis.
Sure.
You've got
Well,
really good eyes, right, for witnessing?
Man's really good at paperwork too.
I mean, I don't know if you call a guy with glasses someone who has good eyes, but yeah, sure.
Perfect.
You guys review. Sign.
Sign.
All right. Okay, we'll go ahead.
I love putting Kramer on an official piece of paper for a different country. That's not going to cause a problem.
All right. Draven signs off as well. They go ahead. They wrap it up. Throw it in a tube. Take it off to wherever they keep their documents.
They got a pneumatic
Excellent.
tube.
No, unfortunately,
Oh.
not. We're not that cool.
Scroll tube, leather tube.
Damn.
It's a nice tube, but we don't have like a system to put stuff through. Okay, so with that, I believe that takes. Oh, I think we left one thing out. He like looks over across the table at Sid. Still waiting.
Sid, really?
I wasn't here for the initial thing.
No, we
Just
were
kinda-
I
not.
really want to prophecy what he has to apologize for.
You don't know when he did that. That'd be harder to do. You could prophecy him apologizing, but trying to find out like what this man did over his period of life would be extremely difficult to do
Yeah,
without
never mind.
a relative period of reference. Um, Kendall just looks around. You enjoy this just a little bit too much. He kind of looks over at Draven. Fine. I apologize. Not sorry. See, was that so hard? He just kind of smiles. All right. Um, he'll kind of look out. Oh, she should be all ready for you.
That's fast.
They're always ready. Said to load your provisions and things on there.
Now, were we able to get a
There-
goat for it?
There were a few expenses that I wanted to get approved or denied.
Sure. Well, now Draven's with you. The king will kind of leave you about it. It's like, well, I'll leave you guys to your business. Try not to destroy the storm crown. Kind of smiles and will take his leave.
We'll do our best.
Do we know if Draven has a title?
He is a lord.
A lord, not like a duke.
He's Lord Draven Vale.
Would I call him Lord Vale then?
You can ask him.
Lord
Comment.
Lord Draven Vale, do you have a moniker which you prefer more?
You can just call me Draven. Fine.
That's awfully casual for someone of my status to call yours.
Because there's larger matters at hand to worry about. Believe me, it's really not that offensive at all.
Well, at your insistence. I am a bit concerned about my current equipment being too fragile for this journey. My manner of spellcasting is quite intense on my items, and I was wondering if you would approve expenditures on getting those reinforced to not be as strenuous during the trip, because if they break on the trip, my usefulness drops drastically.
Just kind of like looks at you for a second, kind of looks over your stuff. Well, it doesn't make much sense to enhance any of your current equipment. I would be much more cost effective to just buy newer equipment and save the time.
Well, with your permission, I'm just going to post my shopping list in Discord just to make it easier and expedite this.
Sure.
Oh, and some extra ink supplies.
And what?
Extra ink.
Ooh, I am curious actually. How much is a bag of holding?
He's been quiet for a bit, so I think he is running numbers.
He's dead.
Calculating,
Hold on.
doing the math.
Bags of holding, while rare, you could probably get one. 800, if you could find one.
800, okay. And this is in gold.
Yes. They wouldn't have any time to enchant it if you wanted to get a +1 sword.
Well, it's just I need a very specific kind of rapier. So I doubt just picking up a random rapier in the blacksmith wouldn't work. right?
Yeah, and for that one,
Yeah. So
in order to
then,
make one at the quality and the time, it would take too much
yep.
time.
So scratch that one out.
If you want a,
Um,
a +1 magic weapon, I can cast magic weapon on your sword.
no, it's
No, it's if I cast
could
something
help.
too strong, this thing goes snappy or disintegrates.
Well, from
Hmm.
what Kerf is saying, though, from like a temporary enchantment standpoint, it basically makes your weapon magical temporarily.
If you can anticipate when you're going to do that, I can help you, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
At
cool.
least for a short-term period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the downside is we'd either have to get it custom made or we'd have to get it custom enchanted, and no one on this ship has that capability.
And I am not asking. I do not want to ask for like a belt of strength or something. That just feels disingenuous to what Dennis is. So
Up to you.
that's why I went
No,
for
and
weight reduction.
it's kind of like what you said on that one too. Like you said, is you make impressions, you make it. If you make good impressions, it definitely has value. Uh, as far as getting enchanted chain, it wouldn't make much sense. You could find a lighter chain variant, which hold on,
Elven
Would
chain.
it have the same AC?
potentially. So what you're really kind of looking for is something like Elven chain. Elven chain is very expensive though.
Yeah, or Mithril, but that's also probably in the same pool.
Well, Mithril's even way more expensive. So an
Yeah.
Elven chain shirt essentially acts like your armor, except it's not considered armor kind of at all. So it gives you like a much better base AC and you get your dex bonus out of it. But it could run in the thousands of gold pieces.
Yeah, just strike that from the record. Then I'll live with what I got.
Yeah, that's why those things are more expensive. They do exist, and there's lighter variants of armor, but they typically are more expensive. Did you guys want to get a bag of holding?
You know, if it's within our
Yeah.
budget.
I
We
mean,
don't
we
have
got
stuff to carry.
a budget from him if he approves of
So
expenses.
what he took with him, and potentially he could potentially get more money too. But the money he's carrying with him, which they let you know in advance, Draven is carrying 2,000 platinum pieces, 1,200 gold pieces, 800 silver pieces, and 800 copper pieces. That is the entire amount that is available to fund kind of the expedition that is with the expedition at the moment. So anything you buy, essentially, he pays for. And then all of your contract stuff comes in replenishment.
And then that bag of holding, I think, is a yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. So you will go. Don't forget. I think it's in his base card too, but that save. So
Will he approve of my wizard expense?
I'm getting to that one sec. Who's holding the bag of holding?
Curve.
Yes, please.
All right, there's your bag of holding.
Yay.
So that's 800 gold pieces. All right, let's see. So we did that. Spell scrolls. So you would need the scrolls themselves plus that. That's not so bad. Let's check.
And I'm working at half cost. That's usually 50.
Roll a d100, just an overall d100. That's not too bad. Let's see. So sleep. The scroll itself will cost you 80 gold pieces.
Okay.
Plus the 25 to learn. So hold on.
So that's a total.
You don't need to mark it down. I'm just marking it down. So it's 80 for that. Yeah. So sleep is 80. Earth tremor.
That's a Xander's.
I look in the list anyways, it's fine. Extra. That one will probably run you about 50. What was the next one?
Jump.
That's going to cost you about 75. And the last
And
one.
then Witch Bolt.
Which one? That one's about 60. So, if you get what you're looking for now, for spell cost total for scrolls is about 265, and then your 100 gold for investment on that. So 365 gold pieces total for your scrolls and your learning.
Party leader, do you approve of this expense?
Yes.
Griffin will approve as well.
So that was 300 something total.
365. So we have 35 gold pieces out of our 1,200 gold pieces.
All right, that's everything Dennis wanted to dip into the allowed party funds for.
Yep.
Can I please have splint mail and 2 platinum rings?
Someone wants to warding bond her monk.
Maybe.
You mean the Trishjan, who already has resistance when he goes?
Flint mail.
Well, then it's double resisted.
Chain mail. Scale mail?
Splint.
Splint.
Don't have splint mail.
Do I have splint mail?
I have armor, but they're typically all magical, I believe. Oh, no, they're splint. Yeah, just plain splint.
Yeah.
That is not too bad. You know what? Is there any specific reason you want to use splint and not something heavier?
Full plate is expensive.
Could you ask for it on loan from the guardhouse?
Yes.
We'll get to that one in a second.
Okay.
What else do we need?
2 platinum rings.
Spell components.
Platinum rings.
I believe
They do not have gems.
Nope.
Yeah, it does have a specific gold amount on these.
I
By
need
2 platinum rings, you're looking about probably like 180 total for 2.
Okay. They need to be 50 each, so that's
Well,
fine.
they need to be 50, but you
Yeah,
could only
yeah.
get them for a base. So yeah. This one.
So who's Kerfer giving the ring to?
I don't know.
Goblin.
Maybe silver.
Silver.
That's my favorite dog.
You do realize it splits it between you two, not just.
Yeah. I
So
know
if
what
you
Yvonne
get
does.
hit.
No, if it's one way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've been misreading that spell entirely then.
Yeah, it's one way.
Draven will look at you as you go to buy the platinum rings. What is this for?
It's a paladin spell. I'm
Oh,
not
you're a
getting married.
paladin?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, you got those. That's Zoe's thing.
Just said, yeah, I'm a paladin, like it was the most casual thing in the world. Aren't
It
you a
is.
paladin? Didn't you devote your entire being to something when you were 6 years old?
As you do.
All right,
Right,
we'll
Goblin?
get to your list. I'll get your list later. Okay.
Mhm.
Get you guys on your way. All right. So you get your stuff. We'll confirm your pricing on some of those. That's not too difficult to do. I don't think there's anything. All right, I'll cover that later. Cool. All right, so you guys kind of get your shopping and everything done. What's your plan? Anything left to do, or you go to the dock?
Miss, did you want to ask about livestock?
That was Helen.
Oh. Yeah, Dennis just says that to you.
Oh, that actually would be a good idea. Yes. Do you think we could fit what is it, a cow on the ship?
Draven just gives you like this eyebrow.
I'll be right back.
Why do we need a cow? We have food.
I have specific dietary restrictions.
He just kind of like rolls his eyes. You guys clean up after it. You take care of it. Otherwise, it's dinner.
Oh, it'll be dinner either way.
We appreciate this.
I'm
right,
taking
so
Goblin to the bookstore or library. We'll see you there.
All right, so you take him to a bookstore, and then you go with Alm to buy a cow.
Yes.
Yes, because no one's corrected the fact that we were going with a goat.
I was say, I thought we were doing goat.
Oh, that would be better. Yes. So we'll get a goat.
Well, a
It will
cow's
eat
fine,
anything.
but goat smaller
Cows are
will eat
heavy.
more or varied things versus a cow.
We have very large goats
Shit's a
too,
little
because
bit
these
easier to
guys
clean up.
do ride larger goats. You could probably get one. It's roughly about the size of a cow, except it's more mobile. It will cost you 40 gold pieces for the cow, though.
I could probably just pay for that because it's
Now,
my food.
how long are we planning on being gone with this or traveling?
The travel time is 2 weeks, and then we're in the jungle for however long that takes.
Yeah, it's going to take us 2 weeks to fly from where we are to where we need to get to, and then however
And
long it takes to do it.
Where
And
we're
then come
going,
back.
do we know we have accommodations?
Nope, we don't know.
I suggest getting a second goat, a match pair, male and female, as well as probably 4 chickens and a rooster.
Let's maybe not have a whole farm on our ship.
It's
As
not
much
a
as I
whole
love this
farm.
idea.
I'll have something to cook.
No, we can
Say
stop
the
at towns
eggs will
and
be
restock.
prevalent, and we can, if need be, just saying it would be good to have replenishable goods.
And adorable friends.
Chickens don't take up much room either.
We have plenty of food. We just don't have the kind of food that Mist needs. But yeah, the deal they said is if you fill up the whole ship, they're probably going to get really irritated. But if you want to bring something like that, you guys just need to take care of it and clean up after. Because we don't have like a pin of any type. It's basically shared space, the storage area, and then a couple of rooms.
I can make a makeshift pin. I can clean up after them. Done it all my life.
All right, so we have you.
I don't think we need that many animals.
Miss Capri Sun,
So you said it was what, 40 gold?
40 gold pieces for the cow, yeah.
All right, I paid for it.
All right. So as you guys start getting over towards the dock, you see the ship, which is the Storm Crone. This is Sid's ship that he originally had. And you just see there's probably about 8 crew members in total, one of which is the Warforged. You just see they're kind of loading stuff onto the ship.
Okay.
Like, I know. A little bit bigger than the boat, but she flies good. She's got good bones. He like taps a piece of wood and it falls off. Puts it back on.
See, it's been a
That's
while.
just cosmetic. That's cosmetic. That's cosmetic. And sit there and like they start bringing stuff, and you see Draven kind of bringing his stuff on. They're like loading stuff into his room. I was never a fan of these things.
What things?
Airships.
Hmm.
And kind of make his way to the main captain's quarters, which he's assuming for the journey.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
We're on the boat.
Everyone's just boating on the ship.
Oh, wow.
And did Zoe get her stuff too?
I'll go over that later, I said.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise we're going to shop the entire time we're playing.
Some things probably, other things maybe.
If it's there, we have the money.
Right. I guess we fast forward.
Sure.
Unless anyone has anything.
Mm,
Well, they got to get back from their shopping first.
Mm-hmm.
Is Tristan around?
Tristan is on the ship, yes.
Hey, Tristan.
Yeah, but
Can I join you in Carver
where?
when you do your training?
Oh, sure.
Actually, yeah, I would like to join as well.
We could do a group thing. Yeah, no, we could do this. You guys like push-ups, right? It's trust me, it's part of the process. You beat each other up and then you do push-ups while you rest from beating each other up. And then you beat each other up again and then do more push-ups. We call it push-up, push-down.
Mm-hmm.
The more you talk, the more you sound like my dad.
And I do some
Okay.
stretches instead.
Well, I mean, you would stretch before the... No, I mean, this is intense training. We need results.
All right.
He gets very excited.
Speaking of,
She's gonna hand Kerfer and Tristan a healing elixir.
Carver's
give
not there.
time to me.
Oh, you guys are okay. Never mind.
I'm at the
Is there a
bookstore with
chocolate?
Goblin.
Scratch that.
All right, so you guys are at the bookstore.
We get books. That's it.
How many books do you get?
Gonna be a long trip. I'd say like 5 each.
and I'm looking for an extra book. Well, I'm trying to learn Elvish at some point,
5 silver a book.
and stuff on inventions and smoke bombs.
How to be an artificer for dummies 101.
Yes.
Sure.
Written by Tanya.
That would be hilarious. How to not blow yourself up. How to not blow yourself up, the sequel.
How to blow
I blew-
yourself
I blew
up,
myself
but for
up.
real.
I still hasn't figured it out.
What
A
I've learned
Gundam
from
and
blowing myself up.
a Gundam and Why I Want It. Part
Mhm.
36.
Yep, it's a great series. Yeah, so you guys get a couple of bucks, just whatever you feel you need to for books. You could say it's just 5 silver a book. All right, you get your books. You come back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So you guys are kind of loading up. As you are loading up, Kerf,
Yes.
Sid will kind of stop you. Oh, hey, Kerf, come here. I had something
Yeah.
for you.
Oh,
I
yeah?
can save you guys some money. Little old. I dusted it off the best I can. You watch he kind of goes over
No.
and he pulls off this thing, and you just see this set of armor.
Oh no.
It's
I see.
bigger than his armor. It's not the set that he had.
Mhm.
It's
Oh,
another
okay.
set.
My eyes go wide. You see the little bit of starstruck.
And he's kind of got it on a wood mannequin.
Quite nice. What is this
Like-
for?
You wear it. It's armor. And he just smiles like a dumbass.
And you're bringing it along because?
No, it's always been on the ship. It used to belong to a friend of mine.
Oh.
I figured he'd want you to have it.
Oh. Are you sure?
I
This
don't
is-
really think it would fit anyone else anyways. This armor, it's just like a full plate armor. It's kind of got some cool, it's like a navy-ish color, and it's got some gold elements to it too. But just a full plate armor set. But it fits you perfectly. Like, it looks like it was designed for someone who has a body almost exactly like yours.
This is quite the gift, Sid. Thank you.
Like, where normal armor for you kind of always fits weird, or you have to get pieces cut out or like modifications done
Yeah.
for all your human type stuff. This was like made for you.
I look genuinely very touched.
It's a bit old, but it's in good shape. You get where did it go? Plate. There we go. And curve. There you go.
Yeah, this is awesome. She's looking at the gauntlets and kind of gushing over the craft of this is, I mean, it's clearly, seen its days, but it's marvelous still. Just absolutely gushing.
So that is known as Sky Knight plate armor, which you do also need to equip if you want your AC.
Oh yes.
He just like looks after you put it on and just kind of smiles a little bit. Looks good.
Oh, he gets a hug. We're hugging now.
I think you need to look at your AC again, though. I'm highly optimistic you have more AC.
What? Wait,
But I'm
that
pretty
can't
sure-
be right.
I'm pretty sure you don't have 26 AC.
That cannot be right. What happened there?
I had an issue with my armor earlier where I had to unequip it and re-equip it.
You might have 2 armors equipped.
Where's my
Well, I think you were using your.
shield
Were you using
box
armor
chain?
before? Or were you using your? Oh, you don't have a base. That's sorcery now.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Yeah, that looks right.
Are you finally up to 22?
Just 20.
Okay. You are now the hardest to hit. You beat me now.
Almost.
What do you mean?
I would technically have the same armor as Kerf, but we have not activated one thing yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's plate, right? I think I would be at 22.
I don't
If
know.
you're using a
Your
shield.
base.
Yeah.
Is your shield not equipped? You probably
No,
had
it
your
is.
shield off from your halberd.
It's equipped. Armor's equipped.
Open up your little gear.
15.
You got your armor, which is 18, plus your shield, which is 20. Where are you getting your other two?
Oh no, it is 20. You're right.
Yeah. All right. So you guys got your armor on. You guys load up. They start the ship and they undock. Last chance, other than
It
the list I already
crashes.
got. We'll deal with that.
I got
That'd be
nothing.
funny. All right. You watch as they pull away, and we start sailing west. So, as we expediently travel the 2 weeks over this time, I'll let you guys send me some messages for things you want to do for the short term. Is there anything important, story-wise, lore-wise, that you want to cover at any point over this 2-week period of time before we just get here? Also, I'll put the image out too.
I have a question, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we taking the cities or are we leaving them in the city?
Who?
The sitters?
The babysitters who didn't wake up.
Who are you asking this to?
Just the party, generally.
With Tristan?
Sure.
Well, we can't just leave them on the ship alone.
Sure, we can.
I mean, we can.
They'll be fine. We'll just have someone we'll have Oro look after them, let them know that everything's okay. They'll be fine.
We'll leave a note. Right?
Yeah, a note. I like that.
I mean, if you guys are sure, but what if their condition worsens?
Oh, believe me, they'll be fine. They're tough. But honestly, they'd probably just get in our way at this point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stuff you'll
No, I don't know. Do they wake up anytime soon? Can I look at that?
Well,
If you want to look at it, you can see.
I mean,
Roll a D100. Let me whisper you real quick. So you see if you choose to wait and see if they wake up.
really? They just.
Mhm.
I look at Tristan. They really don't listen to any of us.
Told you.
Yeah, you were gone within the hour. You can't
Yeah.
even stop them.
their job is to protect him.
Look,
More like
I know
keep
it's
him-
their job to protect me, and they would be extremely useful. But
Oh,
their
oh,
goal
no, no.
is not the goal that we have at the moment, and
No,
it's better for them to not be here.
I agree with you. I was just stating a fact
Hmm?
that whether or not you want to be protected is not your decision.
Yes, and honestly, I have quite a few things I'd like to get done that I'm not going to be able to get done if that happens. So I think leaving sooner would be better.
Just him,
Understood.
Dennis? They took just him?
What's that?
Yeah,
Dennis?
What'd
can you
you say?
speak up? Can you speak up? I can't hear you.
They took just him?
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically they come and they take him and they leave the rest of you.
I just kind of
Oof.
grimace at that. Yeah, we'll leave a note.
really, we'll just give it to Oro.
If,
Let's get going then.
well, if you're supposed to be Gold Dragon the King, shouldn't you get out and live and experience the world so you know what you're actually trying to rule instead of just being hidden away all day?
I don't put much stock in things like that. But I am alive. So I'm going to keep living until that changes. Besides, stubborn to die.
Don't worry. We'll make sure it doesn't change.
All right. So you guys, you give a note to Oro and then take off?
I suppose so.
I just have to roll 2d100s really quick. Hold on. Oh, no. So it's we're sitting there, and we've like left town. Like we've been kind of going for like 3 minutes, leaving outside of town, and all of a sudden you just see this singular arrow, and it hits the one right between Tristan and Kirk.
Maybe a little bit faster, and I'm gonna go to the back of the boat, and I'm gonna cast wind tunnel to get us out of here a little faster.
Roll a random D100, Dennis, as you kind
Oh,
of go back and like, okay, that's fine. So you wind tunnel it.
mhm.
You just go and you watch as the ship kind of lurches forward as it picks up pace.
She like digs her claws into the freaking railing.
Sid looks over. It's like, oh, you're gonna be handy around.
Just as long as this never breaks, I say as I like wiggle my sword.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, don't worry, kid. We used to have our own, and he'll watch as he says something in Elvish, and you watch the sails take on like this light glow and extend out, and your speed picks up even further.
He's got the Wind Waker sail, dude.
And you just are like, ah!
Oh boy.
So he told him to unfurl, didn't he?
They do a few different things, but essentially he had it pick up speed, so it kind of enhances the speed and allows it to pick up more and will actually help push it as well.
Nice.
But yeah, you can certainly outrun 2 elves on foot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want to at least wave goodbye?
No, then they can see us. I think they're a little bit mad. Oh, mom's gonna be so mad.
I heard she was back. Strix said she was back.
Really?
Yeah.
He just smiles. And he watches like he gets this uplift of like excitement, and then he gets this immediate like downshift into depression.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah. Well, if she calls, let me know.
I will.
Kind of sit there and sit down. All right. So as we're kind of just randomly going through, did anyone have anything specific they wanted to cover after we escaped the bodyguards?
I have to talk to Sid. I've been waiting for 3 weeks.
Basically just training during the travel.
We do lots of training, yeah. And we'll go through and chat like over the week too, and you guys could pick things you want to train on and do on and things, very specific things. But for all intents and purposes, we'll flash forward through most of the things we don't need.
I will be reading.
Excellent. Sure. What do you ask it about, Curve?
So I will tell you my origins, though I do not think it will please you. And I have some questions after. Yes?
Sure, kid.
All right. My name is Sir Pent, though I'm not really a knight. I thought I was a kobold, though I'm not so sure anymore. I was not born of 2 parents, as you might hope. I was created. I am a creature of science. My mother told me she used dragon's blood to make me, along with some other things that were less relevant, though now I'm not so sure. I lived a good life, peaceful one, till now, but it's still fun at least.
Kind of smiles as you go on this explanation.
Do you still think
So,
I'm a dragonborn, even though I'm just a creation?
oh, without doubt. Besides, just because someone told you're a creation doesn't necessarily mean you are a creation.
No, I saw the test tube I was born in.
All I can tell you,
I know how she makes kobolds. She's let me watch.
you are most certainly a dragonborn. In fact, the armor you're wearing used to belong to one of my very best friends who was a dragonborn.
Then I accept this.
We've been wearing it for like a week, Kerf.
Well, no, the dragonborn thing.
Oh. Yeah, and he has stuff. He'll show you like pictures and things, and he has like different things about his travels. He'll kind of tell you stories throughout there. Basically, and he doesn't lean into it a lot, but essentially, he used to be essentially like a dragon rider for the Golden Perch. So he actually lived at the Golden Perch and was stationed there for many, many different years. Doesn't talk about his dragon. Doesn't really talk too much about that. He mentions the Dragonborn children, that Dragonborn used to live there. And then he also mentions that Minotaurs lived there and things like that too. But nothing into any specific great detail about the
I
Golden
will
Perch.
ask about the one that looked like me in his book.
Oh, this one? Oh, that's my friend.
Oh,
Good man. Used to be very prominent. Used to be the leader of his people before they he just kind of like he looks sad, not like crying sad. Unfortunately, most of his people, your people, were wiped out previously. Quite unfortunate.
I know of one other dragonborn.
Yeah?
Dennis said he saw it in a vision. Someone that looked just like me. In a city under the earth.
Wouldn't be surprised to find others.
He has one of the things we're looking for, so we'll have to seek him out eventually.
Maybe you'll find more answers you seek.
Alright, one last question.
Hmm?
What was that song you were humming? When we first met?
Oh, it's just a relaxing kind of tune. They used to hum it to the eggs in the hatchery.
It was familiar. I know I've never heard it before, but it was familiar.
He just kind of smiles. Yes, my friend taught it to me.
Do I know about Eskel? Would Leah have ever told me?
Probably not.
That's one of the nastier stories, so yeah, probably not.
It wasn't a good. It was never really relevant.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
Well, curious about your people. There's always answers out there.
You know, it was nice being a kobold. The world is nice to them.
If you choose to be a kobold, still the finest kobold I think I've probably ever met. All right. So you have conversations with him during that time. A lot of you are working on your other tasks and things like that. Mist eats cow every so often. Tristan goes, he essentially bought like 2 books. And he keeps reading them over and over and over again and kind of going through them. But with that, you guys finally looking after traveling for 2 weeks. You see another larger island off the main continent of Arcadia as you approach the island of Karis. So, before we pause, I'll let you guys pick your path really quick so we kind of can plan for Friday. So there's the Karis map.
Hello, Karis.
Long time no see.
see.
So we'll be coming in from the east to the west. So you can kind of pick actually ways you want to come in. So we'll be coming from this side, so to speak. So you could go down along the coast. You could go overland. However, just keep in mind there is a little bit of a DMZ type militarized zone on this portion. So you could go down, you could go over, up, over, kind of up to you. And then you need to also decide kind of where you want to end up going. Because you know it's in the jungle, but you don't really know where. So you need to get somewhere close to where the jungle is currently. And then where you put down from there as well. Ideas?
Maybe we start on this left-hand side.
Well, I did see who we know as Amigo once. Can I see if I can, like, focus on him again and maybe zoom out to get a better, just, like, hopefully an area he's in?
That was from your power vision. That wasn't a
Yeah.
prophecy vision.
Okay.
So, like, if you know things, like if you get to an area, you can kind of assess things, but like trying to find something very, very specific doesn't work like that. However, you do have an amulet that points at shiny things.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah, missed.
So you could, as you get here, depending on how you want to fly, you could use the amulet to narrow it down more and then figure out where you want to land from there. But do keep in mind, well, you will all you know, other than, I mean, it's the jungle, it's dangerous anyways. You'd basically know that somewhere within this essentially circle is potential dragon activity.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And it's a
So
very
we don't fly
visible line.
in that area.
Yeah. And there's other flying things that do attack. Like it's being in an airship doesn't make you invincible. It helps a lot and it helps you get to certain places. But you know, it's not going to fix every single problem you have.
Such as a dragon attack.
And unfortunately, a dragon attack like that just puts us in a very interesting position because we can't outmaneuver a dragon in our ship, so to speak. So we might have to be more careful or put down where the dragons are not and proceed on foot. But I mean, we could fly to any side we want and get in. So you can go to the west side, you can go to the east side. You could fly over the whole jungle if you wanted to in the first place and then land down somewhere else as well.
That's asking to get attacked.
Up to you.
Here's a line.
Also, do keep in mind, while we have provisioned ourselves with basic things, we do not have any real specialized equipment. So you may also need to touch down and buy specialized things, but you could always potentially fly out and get them later if you needed to. But you might need things to survive in the jungle,
Yes.
depending on what you do.
Zoe has never been in a jungle before and does not know what should we need for that.
And there's definitely like vendors and things that you might find, like especially if you're on the west side, and you might run into random things out in there that might trade with you, but you never know. But think about that for Friday, and we will pick up there next week.
Well, thank
Alright.
you for running a bonus game, sir.
Mhm.
Appreciate that. If anyone hung out with us tonight, appreciate that very much too. This was an impromptu and a quick decision to do so. So thanks to all y'all hanging out with us. We will be back Tuesday for once more around the bend, and hope the rest of y'all have a great week. Hang on through the credits, and if anybody's streaming tonight, we'll jump over there. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Everyone.